Every morning, commuters passed him without a second glance. Just an old man wrapped in a tattered blanket, sitting on a park bench. But when he disappeared, they discovered he wasn't a stranger at all. He was known simply as Uncle A. Frail old man with tired eyes and a gray beard. Every morning at a.m., he sat on the same wooden bench at the corner of Hillview Park, wrapped in a faded wool blanket, sipping tea from a tin cup. He didn't beg. He didn't talk much. He just sat, watching the joggers, the office-goers, the school children. Nobody knew where he came from or where he went at night. One day, a young corporate worker named Samir started noticing Uncle more closely. Samir ran past him every morning, but something about the man felt familiar. Why does he always smile at me? Why does he nod when I pass? Samir began to slow down, then wave. Then one day, he offered a hot cup of tea. Uncle smiled and said, "You run fast, Beta. Your father used to run like that too." Samir stopped. "You knew my father?" Uncle only nodded and sipped his tea. Over the next few weeks, Samir started sitting with Uncle for 5 minutes after his morning jog. He learned Uncle was once a librarian. He spoke of books, music, and a time before mobile phones. But he never gave his name, never asked for anything. Samir grew fond of him. "I'll get you a better blanket," he once offered. But Uncle replied, "This one holds too many stories. A new one wouldn't remember me." One frosty morning, Samir arrived, and the bench was empty. No uncle, no blanket, just silence. Samir asked the tea vendor nearby, "Where's the old man?" The vendor looked down. "He passed away last night, quietly, in his sleep." Samir stood still. "Did no one claim him?" The vendor handed Samir a folded piece of paper. "He left this, said it was for the young man who runs like his father." Samir unfolded the note with trembling hands. "Dear Samir, you never knew this, but I knew your father very well. He used to sit on this same bench years ago, dreaming of giving you a better life. I was the librarian who helped him study after his shifts. He couldn't afford books, so I let him borrow mine. When he passed away unexpectedly, you were just a child. I promised myself I'd watch over you, even from a distance. I watched you grow into a man he'd be proud of. I never needed help. I just wanted to see you run past every morning, full of life. The blanket is yours now. It's old, but it has warmth you won't find in stores. Love." The stranger who wasn't Samir sat on the bench, blanket in his lap, tears streaming down his face. The stranger he'd ignored for years had been watching over him all along, not for help, not for money, but for love, loyalty, and a silent promise to a friend. Samir returned every week to that bench, not to mourn, but to read aloud from a book. He started a small book-sharing shelf at the park with a plaque, "For the man who gave without asking, for the friend who stayed without being seen." And every winter, he leaves an extra blanket on the bench, just in case someone needs a little warmth like he once did. Friends, sometimes the people we overlook are the very ones holding us up quietly. Kindness doesn't always come loudly, but it always leaves something behind. Don't wait to know a person's story after they're gone. If this story moved you, please like, comment, and share it with someone who made a silent difference in your life. Some love asks for nothing in return, only remembrance. Subscribe to Stories That Shine for more unforgettable life stories.